We've got a 2002 Subaru Forester here, doing a transmission swap. The other transmission literally grenaded on it. It's got the 2.5 single overhead cam boxer engine. One nice thing about Subarus, they're easy to swap stuff, but they do change shit every once in a while. This is a transmission out of an 03 Forester. One difference that I saw, the axles. The 02, they still had the female axle end to the male transmission. Now they've got male on each end of the axle. Not that big a deal. Kind of sucks. So I got this out of a salvage yard, would have grabbed the axles too. Other little trick I discovered, some of these have this little throwout bearing collar. This is aftermarket. It's got stuff here for whatever numbers and such, but they're easy to find, but they're $100 for the throwout bearing to replace a bad one or whatever. But I was reading online, one guy said to cut it, and that's what I was going to do, but it does not need cut. This one didn't need cut. Let me say that. It has 2 set screws. I loosened those up, and that's exactly what I did. Okay, and it's got this little tiny bit of a lip. I don't know if you could ever really get anything behind that to pull on it, but yeah, it's got a little bit of wear, but I can barely feel it with my fingers. It might chatter a tiny bit, but I think a lot of that's got to do with people riding with their foot on the clutch, and this one too has got wear around it, so I'm gonna about bet that's people riding with the foot on the clutch. Alright, the size of the set screw that I used here looks like the number 2. There's one there in my hand. That was the size of the set screws. So just keep that in mind. I was going to cut it off, and worst case scenario, if this was junk, have to get a new bearing anyway, and all the ones that I found came with the replacement deal anyway. This is the reason why I wasn't putting this transmission back in there with that. This is the throwout bearing that's off of this car. Much better. And it fits now. Yes, it's got a little bit of slop. Just for kicks and giggles. This was the one that was on the car. It's got a little bit. It ain't. I wouldn't say it's as bad or even any better, really. Yeah, I guess it is better, but that's just, from this thing sitting there wiggling. But I ain't that worried about it right now because I need this car running. If you got a bearing, any sort of bearing, I don't care what it is. If it sounds like that, skateboard wheel basically, it's no good. Don't put that back on something unless it's a absolute necessity. These are about $100. I don't know what the inside diameter is. I don't have a little checker doohickey for that, so I never did find on the internet where it said what this would fit. I would think that this has got to fit something other than Subaru, like Ford or Chevy or Dodge or Honda or Scion or who the hell knows what. But the stock one, obviously, no fit. So Anyway, just a little bit of info. Anybody interested in it? 2 little set screws. One there, one there. That was just this one. Now, I don't know. That'd be nice if they were all like that, but I kind of doubted. It had a lot of grime. Wiped it off, found them. So I actually thought it was a roll pin at first. Then realized it was a set screw, so good to go. But anyway, hope that helps you out. Thanks for watching.